Making it last is all I care to do. You loving me, I loving you. Mothers and fathers, husbands and wives, sisters and brothers, friends for life.
Maybe the last 3 to 5 years, this whole idea of a vision board has become so popular for a lot of people. Welcome to Make It Last podcast. So it's all about helping us to have better relationships, not just with ourselves, with other people. I'm Noreen Daly, and that's what we're going to be unpacking. How to create a vision for your life. And who are we doing that with? Terry Sidford. She's a podcaster, TEDx speaker, a life coach, and author. Welcome, Terry.
Thank you so much. It's so nice to be here.
Before we talk about that a little bit, vision, define that or set a context for the whole idea when you say vision. What do you mean?
Creating a vision it's like if you can see it, you can believe it. It's getting a very clear picture of what you want. And that's the first step in creating and manifesting things in your life. And I've worked with a lot of people. I've been a life coach for over 20 years, and we've worked on this visioning process. And it really works. I've done it in my own life too. And, you're right. The vision board thing's been a big thing. And but here's the reason why you create a vision, even in your mind, in your head, or you write it down in words, or you can create pictures to create what you want. So there's different ways to do this, but here's the reason why this works is that, when you get really clear on something, I'm a passion test facilitator, and I have a passion test that I do to create help people identify their top 5 passions in life. And from there, we create a vision for it. So it's getting clear, first of all. I think writing it down, getting photos, just getting really clear. What do I want? What does it look like? And then once you do that, you also have to be aware of anything in your mind or your beliefs that are telling you that you can't have it. So it's looking at it, saying it every single day, and until those limiting beliefs become quiet and you actually start to believe, like, yes, I can envision that, or I do believe I can get that. And here's a 3-step process that will help all of you listening out there to actually create your visions and your dreams and your goals. So first of all, get really clear about it. So write it down, what you want, and look at all areas of your life: friendships, relationships, your health, your where you live, your education, your finances, all of it. Get really clear about it. And make it like a 3 years or 1 year goal, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, just decide, when you want these things to happen. And then, so that's creating an intention.
Okay. That's
what I call it. Intention is getting super, super clear about it. And then attention. So there's intention, attention.
Okay.
So the next step is attention. And that is actually taking steps towards these goals. So give me an example, Lorraine, of something that would be a vision. And we'll walk through this.
Okay. Let me use myself for an example. My mom died almost 2 years now, and she left the house to me, and I'm renovating it.
Okay. That's good. That's perfect. So I would write down exactly what you envision it looking like when it's all finished, or you create pictures. You can go on the internet, print them out, go in a neighborhood, take pictures of a house or inside of a house. So you get really clear, what does it smell like? What does it feel like when you're in it? You get really into the details of it. So that's the intention. And then the attention is taking an action step towards that. So maybe that's ordering one item that was in that vision, that picture. okay, I'm going to order this, or I'm going to find someone who will make this, or whatever. And even if it's just a phone call, not even purchasing it, then that's an action step towards it. Hi, I'm Terry Sidford, author, podcaster, TEDx speaker, and I'm here on the Making It Last podcast with Noreen Daly. More exciting conversation right after this break.
Making it last is all I care to do. You loving me, I loving you.
Photography is an art, but more so, photography must come from the heart. Precious moments, priceless times. Take a pic and know it will turn out fine.
BMC Photography JA, beautiful moments captured. Let's go.
That is the connection, in case you're wondering. And while she was MCU, it made no sense. Because she was already food as you receive your food. So I'm gonna
You can't live your best life without a healthy immune system. Boost your immune system the delicious way with Zappy's organic juices and punches. Made from local produce with zero added sugar, our juices cleanse and revitalize your body as they boost your natural immunity. Try our delicious flavors: Beat It, Berry Bomb, Get Fresh, Ton Up, and Island Splash. Find us on Instagram at Zappy's Organics, or call or send a WhatsApp message at 1-876-779-8910 to order today. That's 1-876-779-8910. Zappy's Organic Juices and Punches. Live your best life today.
Making it last is all I care to do. You loving me, I loving you.
Welcome back to the Making It Last podcast with Noreen Daly. I am Terry Sidford, author, podcaster, TEDx speaker. Let's continue our conversation that I know you're enjoying.
I got turned on to this whole, I met a lady last year and I got turned on to this whole idea of a memorial garden. Yeah, for both of my parents, because they're both deceased. And I said, you know, I'm not going to do this until I move upstairs, which is when the renovations are done. A couple months ago, I'm like, why am I waiting?
Exactly.
Why am I waiting until I move upstairs? And I actually asked her to come back, look at the space, because I'm going to change the location. And I'm trying to get, that's one of my summer projects this time around. So I understand what you mean, because I know specifically what I want. I've already picked some of the items that I want to be part of that. So, man, listen, to know that sometimes it's interesting to know that you're doing things that you can actually label another way. So I'm actually I created a vision of what I wanted, and I am taking the steps to get it done.
And now you're realizing I've already been doing this. I've already been creating my vision for my future. And that's, and we need to continue to do that. And you can do it, every so often, and say, okay, I want to create new visions now. But there's a third step that's super, super important in all this process. I'm going to give you two other items that people that are listening can do. So the third is, and I can't wait to see what your response is to this. So there's intention, attention, and no tension.
Huh? Okay. What was that?
The no tension is really letting go of exactly thinking it has to show up exactly how you think it has to show up. The reason is that something better might even show up if you let go of exactly how it is supposed to see it or how it's supposed to show up. It might show up in a different way, even better. So that's giving it space to create and let the life force or the universe do its thing as well. That's important.
That's true. I love that. How how did you get to just saying these are the three major steps and not, but how did you get to the saying, here it is, this is a 3-step process, you follow this, you're good to go?
I took a course on this, and that was the Passion Test Facilitator course. And I became certified Passion Test Facilitator. And it was a week-long course, intensive. And so this is something they brought to the table as tools.
Okay.
And I've used it with my clients. I've used it with myself. And it's been very, very helpful. And, sometimes there's energy in creating. And I think the intention part of it really is opening it up to much more space to create, which we sometimes get so stuck on, things have to be a certain way that we actually limit ourselves. So that's the whole process. It's beautiful. I don't know how they came up with it, but I thought it was a beautiful process, and it does work.
Okay. Is this the, for want of a better word, is this a one-off? So, okay, I've created a vision that this is what I want, or is this something that people should be doing on an ongoing basis? At some point say, hey, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Why? Because things change. I mean, what my vision is for my life when I was 20 versus now is different. And so it does continue to change, but I have kept all my vision boards, and I have done this since I was 16.
Really?
Yes. And my dad was part of this. He believed in this type of thing. So, it did come from my father, believe it or not. And so I do believe in it. It does work. And, you can have vision board parties. You can even do it on the computer. There's ways to do it on the computer if you want, but sometimes it's fun to just print things out or get magazines or draw, get crafts and get it and create it with your hands too. There's many different ways you can do this.
For somebody who will watch this and will listen and is still a little bit skeptical, you somewhat answered it, but I want to reinforce the thought. Why is it so important then for somebody to create a vision, for your life?
That's a great question. It's again back to that. Who's driving the car of our life? If our life is a car, who's in the driver's seat, or are we a passenger in the back? And creating a vision is really being, in control or trying to have some kind of control in the direction or the journey of our life. And we are much more capable and powerful than we think we are. And we can create amazing miracles in our life. I've seen it. I believe in it. And I want all of you to believe in it.
Excellent note to end on. I'm not about to add anything else to that. Thank you so much for sharing, Terry.
Thank you. I really appreciate being on your show.
Thank you. Thank you. This was Making It Last podcast. It's all about helping us to have better relationships, not just with ourselves, with other people. I'm Marion Daly. Until next time.
Making it last is all I care to do. You loving me, I loving you. Mothers and fathers, husbands and wives, sisters and brothers, friends for life.